All right, thank you everyone for jumping on tonight's call. This is a very impromptu, very last minute Zoom that we wanted to do for you guys. But how exciting is it? That's what's happened in February for all these rank advancements that have been going on and all the effort that's been put in this last month within the team. It's just blowing our minds, and I have no idea where it's all coming from, but it's so exciting to see. And there's been many ranking advancements. I can't even count now. We were at 17 and then it went to 20 something and now we're over that. So how incredible is that when you think about how many that really is coming into the team, how many more lives we're changing, how many more people we're showing that there is a different vision and possibility out there for you. And so we wanted to congratulate you all on these rank advancements and all the efforts. None of it goes unnoticed, even though it may look like it sometimes. I promise you it doesn't. So we have some exciting interviews to go into with you tonight. But before that, I just want to go through some of the main rank advancements that we've had, just so you can see the bigger picture on what all this has been going on in the background and what we've seen on Team Positive's Facebook group as well. So, oops, I should really minimize that. Hang on a second. So we'll start off with Pro 2s. Look at all the new Pro 2s that have come in on board. How exciting is that? So we've got Dylan Cleghorn, Debbie Barnett, Jason Sheraton. Now Jason, he actually came in this month for February and then was a Pro 2 in his first month. The same with Dana Weber. She worked really hard. She's in Canada. I know her personally. Obviously that's what, or not personally, but I've known her. So that's why I'm very excited about that, because it's our Canadian team. But she became Pro 2 in her first month as well. And then Letitia Hart has been working her bottom off right up until the last hours of the last day of February. And the same with Rosaria, is that how you say it? Denise, I'm hoping I'm getting her name right, but she was like those last minutes on the clock, you know, and that's so exciting when that kind of stuff can happen. And it really just shows that people are pushing even at those smaller ranks. And these ranks are just, they're pivotal ranks anyway. You know, they're ranks that we feel are really important to help this business grow as it is and become stable in this business, especially, you know, Pro 2s, Pro 3s and beyond. You know, we feel that all of that is really what's making this business very stable and making it so exciting for our team. And so obviously with our Pro 3s, you can see we have Sarah Waugh, Denise Harris. Now, sorry, Sarah lives up in the Capricorn Coast area. She's Gillian's sister. Then we have Denise Harris. We have Daniela over in Perth, Western Australia, and Blair Cooper. So I'm pretty sure that Blair, also this was his first month of being in the business. How incredible is that? Like, you think about that for a minute, what you can do to get to this rank in the first month of your business. That's pretty inspiring. And then Pro 4s, we have Jane Miller. Oh my God, I can't wait for Jane to talk to us and tell us about what's been happening with her team. She's just been blowing up. Now, we know that Jane, you know, she was at a Pro 3 for about 6 months before she's gone and running herself like a, you know, racehorse in the last few months. And so it's just been really exciting to watch. Denise Cooper, as we know, which is so exciting. I can't wait for Denise to talk to you guys tonight. And Talita Minnie, she's in, where is she? She's in another country and she's still running like hell and making waves for herself and getting to that Pro 4 rank, which is just so exciting to see. And you'll hear from Talita in a little while. Then we've got Pro 5, newest Pro 5, Gillian, woohoo! Sorry, Jill, I know you hate this. But I just wanted to point that out. Obviously, Gillian is our main leader on the Capricorn Coast in central Queensland, and she does so much. She goes above and beyond for everyone up there, and she's just an absolute treasure for our team and an incredible leader that anyone would want to learn from. And I'm just so excited that she's now got to this rank, you know, in our company. That's halfway through the ranks, guys. It's so exciting that she's gotten to this rank. And I just can see what else is going to happen in the next few months as well. It's exciting to watch. And then we have, drum roll, we have our newest Pro 6. I just had a bug fall on me. We have our newest Pro 6, Carrie Christie. Woohoo! Sorry, Carrie. So, oh my God, it's been such a journey for Carrie to get to this rank. And I know over time there's been hurdles and disbelief and then belief, and that roller coaster that we all know of has come many times for Carrie. But I cannot wait to hear what she has to say tonight with the questions that we're going to ask her. And so, you know, getting to the Pro 6 rank is not easy, and it does take a lot of work. And I take my hat off to anyone that can do that, let alone someone with 4 kids. And, you know, we know that when you get into these ranks that it's not just you doing all the work, it's your team as well. But the fact that Kerry has such a solid team and such big efforts going on, it just truly shows what this can do for you in your business, no matter what type of lifestyle or family that you have. Now, I can see a heap of chats coming on and I actually can't see them. Let me see if I can see them. Yeah, as Karen said, that's 600,000 yearly in the business in volume. That's huge, massive. That's massive. Oh my God, I'm just so excited for all of this. And I want Katrina to jump on and say a few things as well before we get into these questions. And we'll hopefully Talita's on here. I'm hoping that she's on. I can't see at the moment, but I'm hoping she's on here. Yes, she is. So we'll get into those questions in a minute, but I just wanted to go through and have Katrina quickly say something before we call Talita on to have a little say. So Katrina, can you unmute yourself?
Putting me on the spot, but you know I've always got something to say, so that's all right. You guys, honestly, that
you there, Jeanette? Hello?
Oh,
yeah, Talita, we can hear you. Sorry.
Sorry, we just got home, so I'm like, oh, quickly. Get out of the car.
Katrina's just going to quickly say something, and then I'll ask.
All good. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, you guys that are rank advanced, a big congratulations. And I just have to say, it is so exciting for your guys' business, but those of us that are watching you, we're just as excited. I am so inspired by every single one of you, and rank advancements, and in the quantity that this month or February brought, does something to the vibe of the team that is just undescribable. People, you guys doing what you're doing and pushing, it just creates the biggest excitement and belief, and people watch on and they're celebrating with you, and it makes them think about their own businesses and their own belief in themselves. And I have goosebumps all over me. I'm just so happy for you guys and what you're, you know, setting that example for the rest of the team and proving what's possible when you put your mind to it. So thank you, and congratulations. I'm so excited to hear what you guys, all your answers to these questions in the interview. So I'm not going to talk anymore. Janelle.
All right, thank you, Katrina. I will ask if anyone wants to say congrats at the end or anything, but I really do want to pull Talita on now to ask her a few questions, purely because she's not in the country and we want to get to her first so she can get back to her family holiday. Now, Talita, I am so grateful that you're actually wanting to get on here from wherever you are right now. I can see you're in an amazing garden, I think, at the moment. I just wanted to thank you so much for jumping on and for getting on here to just go through these questions with us. And being Pro 4 is very exciting. We know that, you know, within our team there's been a lot of Pro 4s over time, and it is an exciting rank for us. And so one of the first questions I wanted to ask you was, how do you easily find people? You seem to be able to get people into your funnel or to have people come to meetings, fill up the room. You know, I want to know how you're doing that.
I don't know. I have a magnetic pull towards anyone. I don't know. I always see someone, and wherever I am, I'm always assessing everyone around me, I think, and want to reach out and get to know a little bit about them. For some reason, it's always been me. So making connections with people is huge. I think once you make connections, you can then, you know, I make it personal to everyone around you. So for some reason, people seem to be coming to the meetings, which is really exciting. And I mean, I'm meeting people in cafes and wherever I am. I mean, I'm in South Africa at the moment in my grandmother's garden. I'll just give you all a quick view because honestly, it is the most beautiful place I have ever seen in my life. I always grew up here. Have a look. This is my grandmother's garden.
Wow.
So it's just
you're one lucky girl.
I am very lucky. But yeah, I don't know. Even here, like, you know, wherever you are, there's always opportunity. You know, Britannium is for everything, for everyone. So no matter who you talk to, everyone needs it. So that's, I guess, the biggest thing is if you've got that mindset of it's not about being scared, you know, introducing it and how they say it and how they come back with what, you know, being scared of no's. It's more, you know, just finding a niche market in the sense of talking to everyone and just seeing if you can find people who actually are interested to find out more about it. And for some reason, they are. I know why. It's because it's amazing, but you know, it's exciting to see other people see the same thing in it.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I think it's really important what you said there about how you make the connection, but you make it personal and ask those questions. That's a really big one because, you know, we can talk to people all day and you know, go back and forward and just fluff about, but really making that personal connection to those people is obviously something you've got a really good, you know, it's a trait for you that you have, and you're obviously very good with that. And so, and when you said about wherever you are, there's always an opportunity and don't be scared of the no. That's massive. You know, there's some big nuggets that people can take away in this when they're really looking at how to build this a bit more for themselves. So what about when you're getting people to these meetings, what is it you share with them first, or what do you send them, or what's that first exposure that you give them of LifeVantage or Protandim?
I think the first exposure is my excitement for it. It's just whenever I talk to people, you know, I'm really excited about the product and what it does. I use the VIP page all the time. I mean, every single person that I talk to, I introduce to the page, and I always tag them in the beginning, like in the pin post, because it's so important for them to start somewhere. Then I always send them a link. Sometimes it depends on the person, you know, and who they are and what they are and that kind of thing. But the newest one I've been using is just the biohacking page, you know, the biohacking.com, whatever it's called, or I'm using that one because it's got a lot of information on there. It's not just one person talking. In the past, I've used Dr. Gordon, I've used Natalie, I've used what's the other doctor that stands in front of that TV? I can't remember what her name is. And then I love the one that LifeVantage has done, the more modern one that's kind of like, you know, someone talking in the background with, you know, video showing, you know. I think that's a really great one as well.
Yeah, that's good to know that you're more tailoring it to the person than using one specific video. I know we get told to use a specific video and don't go away from that, but it just shows that it really does have to suit the person with what you're giving them. Otherwise, they don't seem to resonate with it, and then that's probably why they're not turning up to meetings. And obviously, in your case, because you're getting to know them on that personal level more, do you feel that that's why they're then coming to meetings? Because not only are you getting to know them, but you're sending them a video that you feel is tailored to them, or a resource that's tailored to them?
I think I'm making it personal, and I always follow up. Not always, most of the time I follow up. So if you're inviting people, always follow up, you know, even if it's a day before, an hour before, you know, wherever you are, you know, keep that connection going, because the minute you stop talking and contacting them, don't hound them. I think it's a very, you know, it's a very specific fine tuning of talking to them once, seeing how they are, send them a link, you know, leave it a few days or a day or whatever, come back to them and see how, you know, just find the opportunity. And always invite more than what you expect to come. So don't just invite 3 people and expect them to come. Invite 10 people and expect 3 people to come.
That's a big one. That's a really good one for the team to take away as well. And I just love that you've got, you can tell you've got that charisma, which Karen wrote there, you know, and that type of personality that people would be drawn to, which is so exciting. I can see why you guys are the way you are up there. My last question, sorry, I do have one more. So do you feel that your mindset and belief have helped you in enrolling this month and in the last few months? Is it really something that you have around belief and your own mindset around what we have? Or do you feel it's more action? Like, what is it for you that seems to be the pull to get people there?
I think it's a mix of things. It depends on the people. Like, I'm a Christian and I believe in God, and I believe He brought this in my life. I really believe that this is the journey that He's given me so far. And I you know, I take on board the fact that I trust in him, and he guides me and brings people in my life that needs it, and, you know, that needs to be told about it. So for me, it's a mixture of belief, and, you know, I think definitely my excitement and positive outlook on the product, and, you know, believing it will do something, you know, that makes a huge difference. And then it's just taken a while for me to grow in, you know, the company, believing in the company. That's a big thing too, you know, believing in what you're selling. It's so huge. If you don't believe the product and you don't believe in what you're selling, then don't even bother. You gotta trust yourself to believe in the product. I guess, and everyone finds their own path. Don't ever take someone else's path and think that's going to be yours, or, you know, you find the way it works for you. And it might not be via talking to people. It might be calling them, might be texting them, it might be through Facebook. You know, everyone's got a different way of doing it.
And it honestly is, hey, about being that authentic you. Karen and I were talking about that last night, how, you know, you've got to step into your own person and not be the copycat like I know I have been in the past, but we won't go there. But thank you so much.
It takes a while. It's a while to get yourself, and don't be try.
Absolutely. And I'm just so excited with what's going to happen with you guys and your team up there. You can tell that not only Jill but you are just incredible leaders of that area, and I just can't wait to see what's coming in the future and for the rest of this year. And I do hope that I come back up there again soon to see you all again and do some more meetings with you all, because I loved it last time. But thank you so much for Talita for getting on here and taking your time out. I'm not going to take any more of your time away from your family. So enjoy the rest of your holiday, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Thanks so much, Janelle. Appreciate all the effort. See ya.
All right, see ya. All right, I'm now going to hand it over to Katrina, and she is going to talk to Denise.
All right. Wow. Talita, that was, I don't know if she's still on listening, but that was amazing. And what great advice. Be authentically you. Isn't that what our team culture is all about? Don't try to be anyone else. Just be you, be real. And you can tell why Talita's so successful, because she's beautiful and you can see that she's real. And yeah, be you. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, Denise, firecracker. Can anyone say firecracker? Oh my gosh. Welcome, Denise. Can I unmute you? I wonder if you can unmute yourself.
There you go. You should get me now.
Yes, I can hear you. All right. So first question is, what have you been doing in Perth that's helping you to expose this information to people?
Just word of mouth, I guess. My passion is just telling everybody. I believe everybody's needs it. So it's the list is endless as to everybody you meet at the checkout chick at Coles, the person you meet when you're walking the dogs, and so yeah, it's endless, and I can't even begin to start using my getting to my list. It's just endless. It's just endless. There's so many people out there, so it's sharing.
Okay, so how would you, for a bit of an example? Sorry, I'm totally going off. This is not my question, but I just would like to know when you meet someone at the supermarket, like how would you approach that? Are you just asking lots of questions and listening and going from there, or like for an example?
Yep, Talita was a very good inspiration. I can see what she does is what I do. I've got an example. When I was in Bridgetown 2 days ago, and I was walking the dogs, and I met a beautiful couple that had just retired down there, and he just had a stroke when he got there. And so it was it's in what I believe I need to get these people on this product. It's my job. And I know they don't know this, but they will be on Protandim within a few weeks. So it's starting off sending them the little links. And so it's important to share what you have to change these people's lives. It's just so important. I retired. I don't want to work, but I have to share this product. I have to. So, and girl at Coles, absolutely. You just ask her questions and get that feeling of what their response is and to why and when you can lead in with something. I try to get their phone numbers. Giving them cards and things hasn't worked, but to just say, I've got something that I think you might be interested in. Can I have your number and I'll send you some information? And it's not verbal or diarrhea, it's just sending a little bit, just creating that interest, and then it's a journey, and it's all about educating them to getting, how far it takes them to be educated. That's that question answered, yes?
That is perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I love it. Okay, cool. So anyone in Coles, guys, people are shopping all day, every day. Just hang around Coles and walk the dog. Okay, so the next one was, so do you have a large warm market, and are you still going through them? So obviously, yeah, you're finding it's really easy just to meet people. So what about your warm market? How are you finding that?
I use the list that I've got is endless. I have got so many contacts over the years of my age and the different groups that I've been involved in, and trying to get to them is a challenge. It's just, there's just not enough hours in the day to get to them. So I believe in God directs you, and things will come. Somebody will reply to something in my Facebook and I'll go, oh yeah, that's right, I remember this, and it just clicks different ideas in your head. Then you send them the little bits of information, and it just goes from there. Example, today when I'm in my hometown in WA, I had to take my dad's computer to Merredin, and I met a friend that I hadn't seen for a long time. She goes, what are you doing? And I said, well, you know what I'm doing. You see what I do on Facebook. And I've sent her little links, just little things. And she's gone, oh, well, I've just got to get on it. I've just got to get on it. So I've given her enough information and enough feeding and then cross the line is by seeing me, validating what I'm doing, how happy I'm looking, what a conviction I have with this product. And she's just picked a product up half an hour ago. So it's getting to the people. That's the hard thing. But you can't do it all overnight. It'll just happen. And I stressed about it. I was trying to get cards going, and follow-up's important. But I go back to KISS, is keep it simple, sweetie. It's like, just do what you can and the best you can, and it'll all just pan out. Look what Jane got me to do this month, and it was just simply just doing the little steps.
Absolutely, that's awesome. So I'm picking up more intuition. You're going with intuition over lists anyway, which is inspired action, and that's what we all talk about all the time, isn't it? It's exactly what Denise is doing to create the success. It's awesome. Okay, so 8 new distributors in 1 month. That is incredible. So what are you doing that helped you get those 8 over the line?
I'm going to give you an analogy about this, and there is, in those 8 people, I believe one most certainly will be just up there he'll be just mad. So I've got 3 that are going to work this business really hard. They'll pass Jane and I. This is my opinion. So my analogy on how this all happened, because I'm in shock, because Jane was coming over to see me, to help me, because I was a little lost, didn't know what to do. Jane's like, I'm coming over there, I'm going to get you going. So, but how did it happen? So this is how I reckon it happened. So I believe that there's 3 things you do. Is you plant a seed, and the seed is my passion, my excitement. I send biohacking. I have another information that I send, which is from YouTube. So that's like planting a seed or planting Protandim in a person's mind. Now, I did this in January. And then the watering comes from what we have in this company, which is phenomenal, with the research, the science, the testimonials, it's just so much stuff. So I think that's watering the customer, a potential customer. And what happened, I had all that done, and I've been doing it for quite a few months. It didn't just happen in February. I've done all this, planting the seed, and I've been watering all these beautiful people going, where do I get to the next level? And because I'm only new at this business, I wasn't, although I'm a good closer, I'm not able to cross the line too easily. So the fertilizer, right? This is the most important thing, and this is what Jane's taught me, is the third-party validation. And it was just, her being here was like, you just could, in actual fact, one meeting, I remember saying to Maria, somebody, one of her presentations, when she finished it, I wanted to sign up again. She just has got such a beautiful passion, beautiful explanation of the product. and she's calm, the way she speaks, and of course she speaks from the heart. And my friends are like me. We are all pretty much what you see is what you get. And her genuine presentation and her presence, yeah. So that was my analogy, and I didn't really work it out until you asked me, how did I get so many distributors? And these are real. 3 of them are real distributors that are going crazy. One of my distributors, I've just found out today, he's got, because he's bought the platinum pack, he's got 12 customers. He signed up not even 2 weeks ago. So you go. That's it. That's my analogy. Thank you. Thank you.
I love that.
And thank you, Jane.
Yes, I think I need to hear Jane present. Do you guys agree? Jane, you've been holding out on us. We need to see this. But I don't doubt it. I know this would be amazing. All that heart. So pretty much getting the people from exposure to exposure until you get them over the line. Hey, so that is awesome advice. Thank you. And I'm so
Can I say thank you to you girls for what you do? And Carrie was such a great help. She's just a gem, and I'm so proud she got to Pro 6, man. I was more excited about that. And Jane. So thanks, everybody, for listening. I hope some take a little bit and learn from it. And thank you.
Thank you, Denise. That's awesome.
No worries.
Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Janelle now for the next interview.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. It's just, I just think 8 distributors in, it just shows that filling that funnel and keeping on filling it and dripping on those people over time is key. Like, that is key, because if you're not doing that dripping, if something happens, like where Jane went to Western Australia to go and say, hey, Denise, I'll come and help you for a bit, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened that way it did if there was not all of that. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, distracting. Tara's just want to say hi.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have laughed. Anyway, back to it. So, right, we're up to Jill now. So, Jill, unmute yourself when you're ready. But this gal just blows my mind. And I know that it's, Jill does so much for her team. She's always there to present for them, to answer questions, to follow up and help them close. And Jill, I want to know how you guys, or how you seem to convert these people to distributors so easily. You seem to, whether they're your people or they're people in your team, downline, crossline, whatever, you seem to go to a meeting with 3, 5, 20 people and close them all. Like, I want to know how you're doing that. Thank you, please.
Sure. Well, it's definitely a team effort, that's for sure. I'm not doing all the work. My team is fabulous at putting people in front of me, and yeah, I can do a presentation, that's fine. But they're doing the legwork when it comes to putting people in front of me, and that's sometimes the hardest part of the business. So, when it comes to actually converting people, I guess it comes down to your personal story and whether you are relating to people. And I guess the people that are being put in the room with me can relate to what I'm sharing. And so for me, it's, I came into this with no experience whatsoever when it comes to network marketing. I'd had no experience. I came from the 9-to-5 grind, working as a principal, that was it. And for me, I saw this for the science. So I didn't actually start the product before I decided to be a distributor. I saw the science behind it all. I saw the heart studies that were on it and knew that this was something that my family needed. And, we all needed it. And so I saw it for that reason, and I shared it with people for that reason. So knowing that I had full belief in the product first makes it a bit easier as well. But it was also the fact that the business had a no-risk option, in my opinion. I had a brand new baby when I first started. Like, Corey was 6 weeks old. He was brand new. And I actually knew that I probably wasn't going to be one of those people that ran with the business. And I didn't do much in that first 8 months. It was literally just sharing with those people who mattered to me, who I could speak to on a regular occasion. I just said, look, you just need to try this. So it was just reaching out to my very immediate warm market. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to run the business at that time, but there was no risk. The only requirement as a distributor is that you have one bottle coming to yourself. You can grow this at your own pace. I knew I wasn't going to have hundreds of dollars worth of product being shipped to me every single month that was going to sit on a shelf and never get used. So I just thought, you know, I think when I share that with people and I just highlight the fact that this is not something that you're signing up your life and you're spending thousands of dollars a month to maintain this big facade that you're doing fantastically. I was signing up to share this at my own pace with the people that needed it. So that was probably something that I guess relates with a few people.
That is, I think that's massive. Like the fact that, well, you're not only just relating to them, but the fact that you're so honest in talking about that, how you said you weren't going to go fast with it, you got a brand new baby, but you knew there was no risk in just signing up and letting it be how it is going to be for the next few months until something could happen. And so being honest with that, but also sharing it with those people that you felt at the time just needed the product. People knew you were coming from the heart when the business side came into it, because you were all about the product to start with. And I really feel that story is what's closing people. I honestly feel that's a massive, like, it's an aha moment for me, really. Like, it's huge. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. So what do you think it is among your team that seems to get them getting numbers in front of you? Like, what do you, like, especially local meetings? You guys don't do online anything. No Zooms, no Facebook, no. How do you get so many people to these meetings? I know Talita touched on that a bit for herself, but how are we filling the room? I want to know this.
There's a lot to be said for face-to-face value, picking up the phone, hearing the tone in a voice like that. You know, you can just get across so much more in a 2-minute conversation than you can in days worth of messaging. I feel like I'm not a fast typer. So, you know, when it comes to replying to a message, like, it seriously takes me 5 or 10 minutes to reply to one message. But if I pick up the phone, I can get a week's worth of conversation out in 10 minutes. So there's so much more value in that. And I encourage my team to do the same. Get on the phone to somebody. If you're going to invite someone to an event, don't just flick them a flyer or a quick text message. That's a last resort if you run out of time. Get on the phone. It's quicker. It's more genuine. You've got that connection there. You can hear the tone in your voice as well, so that they can hear your excitement. You know, you want to hear that and feel that in the voice. So definitely that face-to-face and reaching out via phone first. It's also about stepping out of your comfort zone. And Talita said the exact right thing. And I tell my team this: if you want 5 bums on the seat, invite 50 people, because you can't count on 3 invites getting you 3 guests. You know, that's just not doable. You have to make your list big, and you look at that 10% rule. You know, maybe 10% of those that you invite will make it along to the meeting if you're lucky. So think big, invite big. If you get more than that, then you're the one that's going to be laughing the whole way home. Okay, so definitely invite big. Promoting events is a big one. Like, when we do have events, I encourage them to talk up the speakers. So if we've got someone coming from Brisbane, you make a big deal out of that. You say, oh my goodness, like, this is a really big deal. We've got people coming all the way to Rockhampton, this little bush town, to support us. So make a big deal out of the speakers that are coming here. They're putting in their effort, their time. So we definitely promote that one. But also setting clear goals too. Like, if we're, you know, heading into the month with a big event, guys, what are your goals? How many people do you want there? Do you want to rank advance? What are you going to need to get there? So we look at goals as well. Yeah.
Oh, incredible. There's so many nuggets in there, Jill. And you can see that just looking at Talita, from what she said, you guys, you're coaching them in such the right way, and they're also very coachable, you know, and I feel that that's what's really helping the tight-knit connection of the team, is whatever you say they're doing, and they're doing it right. And I really feel that that's taking you know, that's what's getting a lot of those results up there, because your leadership is incredible and they are just listening to that and running with it wholeheartedly, you know. So that's what's really working, I feel. And the last one is so challenges. Have you had any challenges that you now feel you've overcome, or that you feel you're moving forward on and growing from? We'd love to know if there's some challenges that you've got going at the moment, or that you've had that you've now overcome, please.
Sure. So this was a tough one for me, because there are so many challenges, and I wouldn't say that I have overcome all of those challenges. You're continually faced with different challenges all the time. Sometimes the challenges develop as you grow as well and become new challenges. One challenge that I feel I've overcome at this point was the challenge of being all by myself at the beginning. I started in a new area and there was nobody around me at all. I was by myself. I was this sole little preacher. Hey guys, listen to me about this little yellow pill. So that was definitely a challenge, because I didn't have somebody with me to do the third party validation. But that challenge was actually probably the best thing that could happen to me, because it forces you to grow. I had to step up to the plate. I had to step out of my comfort zone. I had to present for myself at times when I wanted to do those face-to-face ones. I have never been one to relate as well with the Zoom presentations. I can see their value for them, but I'm a face-to-face person, so I had to do that for myself. And so that just meant that I grew that much faster. So that was one challenge that I would say that I've overcome. I've definitely got a great big team here now and we're spreading. So that being by yourself is certainly not an issue now. But there are certainly other challenges that have come up over time, and there's still challenges that we work through, but that they're good challenges to have. Like, these challenges are what creates growth in everybody. So developing new presenters and getting other people to duplicate what you're doing as well, and filtering that through, and overcoming the obstacles of making it work around your family life. And it's a really fine line, finding that balance and stretching yourself into many areas. So lots of little challenges, and they're all ones that we work through in time, and it's all seen as an opportunity to grow.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, yeah. And I think jumping in the deep end like that is what helps us to grow more. I know that even with Kerry, like, she was the first one here on the sunny coast and had no one by her side until Katrina came along. So she probably really resonated with you when you said that about being on your own in this little small town.
High five, Kerry.
Yeah. And look at it. Look at her team now. Look at both of your teams. It's just incredible. But I even know myself that, like I said to Kirsty, who's, my upline, I want to go to Tassie and do this on my own, and I've got to get out of my comfort zone. And I said that to a few of my team, like, you've got to go out and just start presenting, like, go out and just start moving, or go out and just start doing one-on-ones and only do the bits and pieces that you feel comfortable with for a little while. And I really feel that that's what helps you to gain that momentum on your own and feel like that you've accomplished this, with some value behind it, rather than feeling like you're not going to get anywhere. So thank you so much for sharing, Jill. That was incredible information, and I hope people got value from that. And I'm now going to hand it back to Katrina to go through with Kerry. Thanks, Katrina.
Thanks, Nellie. Thanks, Jill. You have done an amazing job, and I'm so, so proud of you and everything that your team is achieving. Honestly, I look up to you so much. So it's amazing. So much gratitude. Okay, Kerry, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to start this. Like, I know the celebrations that have been having. There's not one person on this team that has not been celebrating when they heard the news that you have made those six, because there is nobody more worthy, honestly. Where would we all be without you? We're so proud. So proud. Anyway, okay, so when Maria did the big Facebook Live, you said on there that you think that you were stuck at Pro 5 because you needed to learn a lesson and you couldn't advance until that lesson was learned. So do you want to share with us a little bit about what you think that was?
Yes. And it's a little bit difficult to explain because it is so personal, and it wasn't just one real, it wasn't just one, it was a lot of little ones that led to it. But there was a point over the last 2 months, there was one massive breakthrough that came to me, and that's what I'll try to explain. And it's so personal to me and my journey. So people might relate to it, they might not all, I'm not sure. But for me, as you know, like I moved fast quickly, like hit Pro 4 in 4 months. And then it was a year till I hit Pro 5. And then it's been 2.5 years that I was at Pro 5 before hitting Pro 6. And yes, during that time I had a baby. And I know Jill would be able to relate because she started when she had a baby. But I had been running it, pouring heart and soul into the business for so long, before TC came along, and I was sick during the pregnancy, and I had to slow down, right? And I had all of you saying, it's okay, but it got to my mind so much because I wanted to be doing so much more. And then once he was born, I thought, got to get back into it. You got to do all these things, because in this industry, we are taught all these little things that you got to do this, you got to be this, and this. And there's so much wisdom in all of that. But I also think, I'm going to rattle the box a little bit. I also think we talk about getting out of conformity, right? I think that sometimes we are conforming in this industry. Like we can't all fit in a box because we are all different. Our life is going to be different in different experiences. And so I was sitting there comparing, well, what should a leader be doing? A leader should be doing this, this, and this. And this is what you were doing, Carrie. And I was beating myself up. I was carrying a heck of a lot of guilt. And that was creating all the resistance in the world that was not allowing me to get into alignment, which was going to bring everything that it needed to into my life in order to actually get to Pro 6. And so, I think we talk about that no excuse mindset. And I want people to really understand when that is brought up. Like there's that no excuse mindset, but the difference between an excuse, what is an excuse to you versus what's conformity that doesn't align with your values, or it might have before, but suddenly your life changes and your values are different, your family dynamics have changed, or whatever it is. So that no excuse mindset is a black and white, but you need to have your values and you need to not be hard on yourself if you're not stepping up to all of those things, and not worry about what anybody else thinks. Because I used to think, oh my gosh, what is everybody thinking? I was getting into my own mind all the time. So as soon as I was able to drop the guilt and go, where are your values? How do you think you should be running your business? What can you do? What can't you do at the moment? And it is okay. And as soon as I did that, I dropped the guilt, like resistance was gone. And as you can hear from all these ladies, like it was just alignment and all this, it's a team that got me here. It wasn't me, it was a team that got me here. So yeah, that was my biggest lesson.
That's so good. I can completely relate because, no one can judge everyone else's journey because everyone's life is so different. Some are mums, some have other businesses, some are working full time. So I agree completely with you. There is everyone can fit the same amount of work in because it's just not. So not judging and you not judging yourself is clearly a huge thing. So that is an awesome lesson to learn. Any others? The second question, is there any other examples of lessons before we can rank up?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be individual. It's going to be unique to you. Everybody's going to learn their own lessons because we're all different. But I do think that there's probably quite a few that a lot of us can relate to. And so I just brainstormed a few right before this. And a huge one is don't compare. Stop comparing. Like we're all different. We're all different in the way that we lead. We're all different in the way that we share. We're all different in our journeys and how long it takes us to get to places and, all that. So stop, don't compare. Another one is, be patient because most of us of our team, most of us aren't have never done network marketing before. And our journeys are going to be so, they're going to be individual to us. And a lot of time, I was going, oh my goodness, all these other people going so fast. And here's me at Pro 5 for 2.5 years. And that was comparing. And that was also, I had to learn to be, it's just patient, and it's my journey. And that was the next one. And it is your journey. It is your path. This is your business, and you've just got to embrace that and know that this is you. Like, your journey is going to be authentic to you, and you're going to learn the lessons that you need to in order to acquire the growth. Another one that I think a lot of people can relate to is just that you are good enough. How many times do we feel, and I'm just speaking for myself, that I'm not good enough. Like, am I good enough later? You are good enough. Every single person is good enough. Like, we are all leaders. I believe, like, we all have that leadership within us. Maybe we haven't had a chance to be able to have an opportunity to bring it out yet. Like, this is presented to us, so we might not feel like that leader yet, but we are all leaders. And when we join this, we have seen something and that nobody else in our circle of influence, except for the person that shared it with us, has believed in before. And that's a definition of a leader. You're seeing something, that before others do. And so we are all leaders. We're all enough. And stop caring what others think. Yes, that's the other one. And then we have just got to train our brains. It is so much. Yes, it's the skills, but just training your brain, rewiring, learning how to think in a place that is going to allow you to align and allow you to bring in what you want. So you've got to feel it as if it's already there, so then it can all come in. Okay, that's probably enough. I could go on and on and on, but
that is awesome. Yeah, I can completely align with all of that. All right, so the next was, obviously there was a lot of resistance which held you at Pro 5. So what did you do to shift that resistance and let it go?
Yeah. Okay. So once again, quite a few things. I'll try to get through them really fast. But that Earl Nightingale challenge, amazing. I'm so going to keep doing it. I'm going to do it. It was just, every day hearing those words and just over and over, just amazing. And writing down my goal. Can you see this? I'm going to, this is my intention for the month. My goal that I set says, oh my gosh, because this is so the way I talk. Oh my gosh, I have actually aligned with Pro 6 in February 2018. It actually happened. And I also want to share something that I did. So Janelle had told us when the new year started, she said, write a letter to yourself as dated in 2019, January 2019, how everything went, how you want to see your year go. Well, I decided, why I should do this for my month. And I did that. I did it at the end of January, and I dated it March 1st. I'm just going to read the very beginning because it's similar to that. It said, oh my gosh, Earl Nightingale's challenge worked, because guess what? I am a Pro 6 with close to Pro 7 volume. And that's true. It's true. It just blows my mind. And not everything came true in this, but so much of it did. It was like 2 pages or 3 pages to myself. I journaled every single day, and I journaled how I wanted my month to go. I picked 2 affirmations that I really aligned with and related to for the month, and I made sure I wrote them every day, and they were in the forefront of my mind. I had them on my phone as reminders and all this. Something I journaled about that really helped me not have any resistance was that I journaled that hitting Pro 6 would come effortlessly. And by effortlessly, I didn't mean by without the work. I meant without the stress and the how's this going to happen and all the, that stuff that creates resistance. So I said, it is, it's just going to happen effortlessly. And oh my goodness, Jane's leg. That's it. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Miracle after miracle, like halfway through the month, my volume, because of her and her leg and her team, was more than where I ended my month before. So just incredible. Earl said something that really spoke to me. He said, hold your goal before you. So hold your goal before you, and you do not have, and he said that's all you have to do. You have to hold your goal before you, not, what does he say? Hold your goal before you, and know that it's not all up to you. Like, and I thought, it's like weight off. It isn't all up to me. And obviously in this industry, that's, we know it's up to the, it's a team effort. But to know that all I had to do is hold my goal before me. It's not all up to me. God will guide me. God will guide the team, the universe, whatever you believe in. And to not let, and to have that faith and that pure belief, and to not let petty things worry you or get you down. Every time I started to feel that stress, I would think, no, don't let petty things worry me or get me down, because it's going to bring in that fear and doubt, which is going to get me off course. And no, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. And there are a few times where I was really finding the mind starting to tick in. So I'd go to some friends, and they would just build that belief right back up in me and set me straight again. I kind of think that sums it all up, really. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So note to self team, let's go and do all of the above. That's great advice. So once again, so happy for you, Kerry, as is everybody. And yes, good job. Congratulations. Over to you, Nellie.
And it just goes to show that, you know, action is everything, but belief in that it can work without the how in the back of your mind is massive. Like, that's like Earl Nightingale having that. I think everyone should do that. Write out their journal for the month of March, how it's going to go on a daily basis. Do the journaling, the affirmations, or whatever it is that feels right for you in that time, as if it's already happened. Like, that's really powerful that you wrote all of that, and then it was like, well, it actually did happen. Like, you know, how does that even work? You know, this is what the whole law of attraction and all those laws out there, it just blows my mind. I still can't fathom it, but believe in it. But I'm just like, I've got to keep, you know, Earl Nightingale's going to keep us going, right? He's going to keep us doing that for ourselves, which is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kerry. That was incredible information for us. Okay, is Jane on? Now I'm going to hand it over to Jane. I was going to ask Jane some questions, but she's, as usual, put it into a beautiful little poem story for us that she wants to share with us. And so if you're on, Jane, can you please, actually, I'll unmute you. I've unmuted you, Jane. Can you please share your wisdom with us? Thank you.
Thanks, Janelle. Okay, let's get into it. Congratulations to everyone who rank advanced in February. Well done, be proud and own your results. For those who came up a little short, it's okay. You still have some growing to do. And for those who have lost their way, we will guide you and get you back on track. I always like to be prepared and ask Janelle to send me my questions. When I first read them, my answers were short and easy, but my heart was telling me to give more, dig deeper, and explain myself. Question 1. How long was I a Pro 3 before hitting Pro 4? 7 months. But does that really matter? I had to learn to be a Pro 4. I had to educate myself, push boundaries, forgive myself, listen to what's right, believe that I can, never give up, go through the numbers, understand who I am, and everything in between. You will only arrive at the next level when you have the skills to get you there. Question 2. What made you think you were ready to invest your time and money and fly to Perth to see Denise? I met Denise through a mutual friend. We connected on Facebook, and after many years of chatting, she became a customer. A year later, last July, she became a distributor. October, she jumped on a plane and met me in Sydney for Leadership Academy. And it was here that I finally got to meet her for the first time. Denise showed me commitment in coming to an event. She was willing to listen and learn. She wanted to give back to others. 3 great qualities I look for. I knew before I left Sydney that I was going to Perth in the new year. Question 3. What has changed after this long time in the business? Me. There's no way that I could have moved forward without change. You have to accept the no's you hear, build relationships, and take an interest in others, and find what they are looking for. Be the exception to the rule. Don't think outside the box. Throw the bloody thing away. Do what you need to do to get to where you need to go. If you never give up, you will always be successful. It's your strengths that will lead you to where you need to go. This journey is a process, a very long one, but look what you learn along the way. Appreciate the friendships you have in this LifeVantage community. Ask for help and feel the support. We are all chasing the perfect 10. It's just our paths are a little different.
And that's a wrap.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, Jane, that was incredible as always. Thank you so much. And we are just so inspired by you in February. You know, that I keep saying this month, but it's not because we're into March now. But just your efforts and your drive and I want to see you present. Why have we not seen this when you seem to be doing it so simply and closing every freaking person? Like, I want to see this. And so having all
You don't pay me enough.
Well, I need to get you some drinks or something so you can do it for me. But honestly, just what you've put into this over the last, what has it been, 3 years or whatever it's been, has just been an incredible sight to see, to watch your journey. But in the last few months, just to see what's been happening for you and your, like you say, your growth in yourself and that belief in yourself is really what's yeah, it's just so exciting to see from people that have known you in this last, you know, little bit of the business that we've been in and what's been happening along the way. It's just, Jane's in the spotlight is all I can say. I don't care about anything else at the moment. Jane's in the spotlight. So thank you so much, Jane, for sharing all of that. And I can't wait to see what else is happening for you in the next few months. And bring on Pro 5, hey?
I reckon.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Well, if anyone wants to unmute and say anything right now, they can. But otherwise, that's the end. Thank you all for listening in.
I got to unmute myself. This is why I got to Pro 4 from that amazing lady. So I don't like speaking and I don't like seeing my face, but that woman just is so inspirational, and what she teaches me and her patience she has, and Karen too. Karen, thank you for answering my financial questions, because I know I'm a bit of a dory, but yeah, guys, she's amazing. You're all amazing. Fabulous night. Learned a lot.
Oh, that's so good, Denise.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Anyone else want to close off with anything? Nope. Okay, guys. Thank you all for jumping on. This is recorded, so for anyone else, obviously they can watch the replay. But what an incredible month. Let's do it again. Yeah, let's commit, do it again for March. I know a few of us have got some business plans in place and we're all going to do the Elle Nightingale again. So if you're in that Elle Nightingale messenger thread, let's keep saying our dones and our pitches, and let's keep listening in, because I really think that has helped with that momentum and excitement through the team. And even if it hasn't done anything for your growth last month, it doesn't mean it's not feeding your brain what it needs for this month coming up. So thank you all for listening in, and we will shut it off and see you all tomorrow.